Hello everyone, myself Mohammad Rameez and I welcome you all on behalf of Saraswat International Academy. Today in this session we are going to learn the chapter 1 of Organization of Commerce, that is Nature and Significance of Management. So let's begin with the introduction part. Management exists since ancient time. First of all, we will learn simple definition about management. Management is an art of getting work done through others. So management was there from the very ancient time. Here you can see in the primitive era, in the ancient time, at the time of Stone Age. Today is a atomic age. Here they are talking about which age? Stone Age. Human beings were getting their food by hunting. At the time of Stone Age, the people were getting the food by hunting, fishing, etc. Planning, supervision, coordination, and guidance were used by them for the accomplishment of their work. For the accomplishment at that time they used to get the food by hunting, and for accomplishment of this work of getting the food through hunting, they play the different functions such as they used to plan, they used to supervise, they used to coordinate, and they used to get the guidance. By these functions they used to accomplish their objective of getting the food by hunting. So this process means management. So management is a process in which you have to use these different functions such as planning, supervision, coordination, and guidance. So here it is proof that management was there from the very ancient time. No sooner did human being realize his limitation than management became essential to achieve his objective with the help of others. So here it is said that after passing of time, human being realize that they cannot achieve all the goals alone. They realize their limitation. Now they know that to achieve the goal, they need the help of other person. So see the next thing. All the individual try to get maximum satisfaction by using the minimum resources. So every individual is trying to get the maximum satisfaction with the minimum resources. If one person is earning to run his family, he will try that with the minimum resources he should use all the money in such a way by which he gets the maximum satisfaction. If you start the firm, so your goal will be that by using the minimum resources you get the maximum profit. See next thing. And for achieving this thing, that using the minimum resources getting the maximum satisfaction, you need the cooperation of the other persons. Okay, we'll see the first point. When more than one person join hands for completion of the work in a systematic manner. So here it is stated that in a management, a single person is not working. If there is a management, there will be more employees. They all will work together for achieving of the goal. If you see any of the company, in a company, obviously there will be more than one employee. So all employees work together with coordination and cooperation, and they complete the work in a systematic manner. Okay, now see the second point. There is a need of planning. In our daily life also, we do many of the things, and for that things we make some plans. Planning is essential. So if you start the business or if you want to do any of the thing in a management, planning is the first step. Planning is the first function of management. Now this word are new for you, that is delegation of authority and responsibility arises. So I will explain you with an example that in a class, if a teacher appoints the monitor, so now that monitor is getting the power. So this is known as delegation of authority. The teacher is giving the power to the monitor, that is delegation of authority. And as any person gets the authority, that person is responsible for doing that work. Now the monitor is responsible to make the class to maintain the to ma- now the monitor is responsible to control the class and maintain discipline in the class. So here it is said that delegation of authority and responsibility arises. So in a company, suppose in Reliance company, Ambani is not working alone. He have given the powers to the different managers, and they all are responsible to achieve the goal of the firm of Reliance. Whenever there is a requirement, someone should be there to provide the direction. So here it is said that the employees are working at the bottom level also, and this bottom level employees needs the what? Needs the direction, and even control become necessary to see whether people are working as per the pre-decided standard. And this is very essential that controlling should be done. You have given the guidelines to the bottom level worker, but now there should be a supervisor. That supervisor will see that the bottom level worker are working at the predetermined standard or not. So these functions are what? These functions are known as management. These functions are known as management. Once again, we will revise the para. A human being have the limitation. To achieve his goal, he need the help of others. Always the man tries to get them from his minimum resources, get the maximum satisfaction. More than one person join the hand and work with cooperation and coordination to achieve the goal. Always there is a need of planning. There is a need of delegation of authority and responsibility. There is a need of to provide the direction to the bottom level employees, and whether they are working as per the predetermined standard or not, there is a need of controlling, and all these are the functions of management. These functions are known as management: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, coordinating, cooperating. These all are the functions of management. Planning is the first step of management. In business, sole proprietorship firm, partnership firm were being managed by the owner themselves. We know that in the 11th standard we have done that sole proprietor is a business in which one person is working. In a partnership firm, the owner themselves manage the firm. Many changes took place in the nature of business with expansion of business activities, and due to course of time, finally the company developed. And as and when the time have passed, we know that expansion of business has been done, and now there is a what company form of business. In this format, it becomes easy to arrange a big amount of capital, and the service of experts and other major benefits are available. So here in the company form, a large amount of capital is collected by the what? By the equity shares. Okay, and service of experts here are used. Okay, in the sole proprietor partnership business, you cannot get a large amount of capital. There is a limitation. Okay, but here you are getting a large amount of capital in the form of equity share also, and here you will get the service of experts, different managers are there, okay, for running the firm. But it gives rises to many problems as the size of the and activities of the business expand, and so as the business expands, the problems also arises. These problems include the what? Problem of capital. Problem of capital means how to get the capital. Then production related problem, sales and employees problem, the problem of the employee strike, demanding the more salary. Okay, to what? Sales related with problem, to continue the sale of your firm, because sometimes the demand decreases of the product which you are doing the production. So all this problem arises. In such circumstance, in such situation, there is a need of what? Train, experience and expert people to take various decisions. So in such situation where there is a problems, There is a need of trained, experienced, and expert people who will take the various decision and implementation of their decision is been done. Work done by this group of people is known as management, and work done by this group is known as what? Is known as management. Meaning of management. Man is a social animal. So here it is said, we know that man is a social animal. We live in a society. We mingle with the people. He lives in a group. Human beings live in a group. He receives the cooperation of others to achieve the objective, to achieve the goal. He needs the cooperation and coordination of other persons. To know the concept of management, to understand the concept of management, we have to know the meaning of the management. Okay. So many writers have explained the meaning of management from different viewpoints. According to Notes on Donald, management is an art of getting the things done through others. मैनेजमेंट इज़ एन वॉट? मैनेजमेंट इज़ एन आर्ट. मैनेजमेंट एक कला है जिससे आप अपना काम दूसरों से करवाते हो अच्छे से. सो मैनेजमेंट इज़ एन आर्ट ऑफ गेटिंग द थिंग्स डन थ्रू अदर्स. सेकेंड, अकॉर्डिंग टू लिविंगस्टन, मैनेजमेंट इज़ अ फंक्शन. मैनेजमेंट इज़ अ फंक्शन ऑफ अचीविंग प्री डिटरमाइंड ऑब्जेक्टिव. प्री डिटरमाइंड ऑब्जेक्टिव मतलब जो ऑब्जेक्टिव हमने बहुत पहले से सेट कर चुके हैं. Management is a function to achieve the predetermined objective of a business unit with the use of minimum time and cost. This we have discussed in the introduction, that always a man tries that with the minimum resources he should get the maximum satisfaction. So all the men try that with the minimum cost and minimum time he should get the maximum satisfaction, as well as to make efficient use of the available resources. So here it is said that management is a function in which the goal should be achieved by using in the less time and in the less cost, by using the resources in a best possible manner. This definition is given by whom? Livingston. Two definitions we have done. Now the third one, according to George R. Terry, management is such a process. Management is a process which plans. I have told you in the very starting that planning is the first step of the management, and it also do the control. Control the what? Control the man, machine, material, which method we have to use in the production process, how to do the management of the business, then money and market. So here once again we will see management is a process which plans to control the man, how many human beings are required in your firm, what kind of machinery you have to use, which material you have to use, which methods you have to use, from where you will get the money, and where you will sell your product. It provides the what? Management provides leadership, coordination and direction in the human effort, which help to achieve the business objective. So here we have seen the three definition by the three different experts of management. Once again we will see. First is what? Management is an art of getting the things done through others. Then second, management is a function of achieving the goal by minimum time, by minimum cost, and using the resources in a best possible manner. Then here in the third, management is a process which plans and control the what? Man, machine, material, method, money and market. It provides the what? Leadership, coordination and direction, and efforts to achieve the business goal. Our next topic is nature of management. It can also be called as the characteristics of management. So the first point, to understand the concept of management, we should study the following characteristics. So in an exam, it can be asked as both the thing, nature of management and characteristics of management. So we will learn the first characteristic, that is universal process. It means that management is necessary at everywhere. Management is what? Universal. Look, management is a universal process. Management is required where people are working. People are working in what? In group for the accomplishment of objectives. So here it is said wherever the people all are working together in a group to achieve some goal, there is a need of management. Management is not only required in industries but also can be applied in various social and religious fields. Okay, in the social field, if you are going to work for the society, for the benefit of society, for the welfare of society, you are doing the charity work. In the winter, you are distributing the sweaters and blankets to the poor people, and you all are doing with your friends. So, in that case, also, you require the management, you need to plan the things. So, in the social work or in the religious field, also, there is a need of management and activities such as agriculture. In the army also there is a need of management. In the education, in the school, in the college, there is a department called administrative department. That administrative department does the what function? They do the management. So next thing, management activity is seen in the units in of each field and different department of this unit. So management is seen what in the units of each field. Okay, for example, in the school there is a different divisions like secondary, higher secondary. So in the secondary there are some of the in charge persons who will handle the work, and there is a different in charge for the what, for the higher secondary. In a firm, again other example I will give. See, in a firm there is a different divisions such as production department, marketing department, finance department. So if each of the different department have the different departmental heads also. Okay, so management is what? Management is universal process. Second point, goal oriented activity. Management is a which activity? Goal oriented activity. Management is a tool and not the attainment. Every business you need is established to achieve certain objective. Every business which is set up, they have some goal, they have set up the objectives. Management is necessary, management is essential to achieve this objective. Without the management, you cannot achieve your goals. There is a need of management, there is a need to do the different functions such as planning, organizing, staffing, coordinating, reporting, budgeting. These all functions are done properly, and that is management. And by completing all these functions properly, you can attain your goal, you can attain your objective. And you need a which management? You need a competent management and an economical way. The third feature, that is group activity. Management is a which activity? Group activity. Management is a collective activity. In the very starting of the chapter we have seen that management is an art of getting work done through others. So here it is a condition that when the work is done by two or more person, then only there is a need of management. So management is a which activity? Collective activity which is carried out by two or more person. Management is a collective activity carried out by two or more person. Management is required where two or more people are working. Management is required where when more than two or more person are working together for the accomplishment of the predetermined goal. All are working together with the cooperation and coordination for the accomplishment of the business goal. So till now we have discussed three characteristics, that is universal, goal oriented and group activity. There in your textbook 7 characteristics are given. Till now we have discussed 3. The fourth characteristics we will discuss in the next session.